Hey guys, how are you? So I just showered, which is, I know I need to not, well, not that I need to not, I know I don't need to be explaining why I look the way I do, but I'm still clinging on to my illusion of insecurities about my body and stuff. So sorry, I'm just watching birds flying. So I stick to my explanation. So I just showered and my hair is in, this is part of the air drying process that I do with my hair. I just, especially when I'm really warm, I just let it, I brush it back and I just start to let it dry that way. Eventually I'll brush it out. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point of this video actually is because I was getting a calling, a prompt to do a self-love Sunday video, but a card pull for self-care, self-love, inner work advice, whatnot for Self-Love Sunday. And I was getting the call to pull from my Angels of Light card deck. Just because I can see why, because it's good. It's a really good deck for pieces of advice and guidance, like very direct. So that makes sense. And then there's just I'm not going to pull any from any of the Archangel cards. I'm going to actually pull those out and aside, because I'm not getting called to pull those. With that being said, there is that gentle reminders always, archangels, angels, it's all one and the same. There is no difference. There's no difference between one archangel and another. There is no archangel versus angels. That's all hierarchy, ego, role playing game. It's not bad or wrong. It's just really important to remember the truth is there is no angels versus archangels versus this versus that. We're literally all one. We're not even technically separate souls. Hierarchy does not exist. We literally are. Our true power and limitlessness is safe because it's equal and shared. And it can't not be because we are one. We're not separate. So it can't not be shared because there isn't an other to have to share it with anyway. And even if there was, everything is equal and unconditional love, and there's no ego at all. Like, ego doesn't even exist. So there's just that gentle reminder there of it's just role-playing games. Literally, it's all one and the same. So even if I reference, say, Robin Williams, and then I also call him Archangel Raphael, there's no difference between the two. It's all role-playing game. He is beyond those roles and labels, as am I, as are you, we are all, and we're all one. So there's just that. So with that being said, I've got my deck here, and it's just very simple. I know that it's I don't even have to think of a question. It's essentially just, you know, it's not even me asking because I'm being guided to pull for this, which is just general advice, guidance, suggestions to help with, like I said, self-care, self-love, inner work, and whatnot, for whoever comes across this, to benefit them in their highest good in the now that they do come across this. And then zooming even further out, these are messages for me because this is just me talking to myself essentially. So Robin Williams might kick in with this. I had been getting a calling, a prompt to pull cards with him last night from one of my other decks. And it was like going to be really cozy. I had like a little fire pot going in front of me and it was really nice. But the moment I started, I tried 3 times, and every time I started to film, a dog from one of the neighbors just started going off. And I just I couldn't do it. It was too distracting. I know everything's lessons, but I'm still clinging to my shit, and I definitely got mad at Robin. I know I'm playing technically with my ego when I'm blaming an other, including spirit, because it is, see, I'm resistant to say this all right now. It is all me. um It is all me. It's a dream. I'm making up energies, playing as I allow it. I know, but I still have my shit that I'm working through, and I got very mad at Robin last night. It's funny, when I first hit my awakening, never thought I'd ever get mad at Robin Williams, but I definitely have several times, and I did last night. So I'm still a little resistant with that. Eric, Archangel Uriel, I'm definitely feeling his arms around me right now, down my arms. His arms over mine. So I know that he's sort of physically strong right now, and now my root chakra and my sacral chakra is going off, and I'm actually, now it's my whole chakra system starting to, oh, and now it just hit my crown chakra. um so I like feeling that stuff because that just gives me that physical confirmation that I am allowing spirit through, and what I'm receiving is what I'm supposed to be receiving. Everything is said for a reason. I just like these confirmations. I appreciate it. It helps me to trust myself more, because I still work on that too. I still work on that too. I still work on that as well. So, all right. All right, so I'm asking spirit, God, source, our true self, whatever you want to label it for. Not even like I need to ask, they know that's what the point is. But message, advice, guidance, suggestion for self-love, self-care, um, whatnot, work that's going to, suggestions, work, advice, whatnot that's going to benefit um, those in the highest good in the now that they come across this. Please and thank you. And I will take no more than 3 cards. Up to 3, please. Thank you. And one fell out right away. That's funny. Okay. I feel, oh, it's funny. I was about to say, I feel like I should shuffle like 3 more times. And as soon as I started shuffling again, another one popped out. All right. It feels like it's supposed to be 3, and my foot just got tickled as I had that thought. But that could just be my ego want of that even number of, well, what feels to me like an even number of 3. So I'll just shuffle a few more times and see if another card pops out, but I won't take more than 1 this time, which that's funny because I just had, oh, see, I don't, I just looked down and there's one on the ground. I feel like that just fell, but then there's one that's, and it's right side up, and there's this one just fell on top of my thumb like this, but I did just say no more than 1, and 2 popped out, but I feel like I'm supposed to put that one down aside. This could be, it feels like this is lesson for me in letting it go on not being just 3, being okay with it being 4. Not liking it. Not because it feels like it's wrong or bad. It's just, it's making that part of me itch that's like, with an illusion we call like neurotic or whatever. Like I need it to be 3. Like it's the same kind of feeling like if someone's wearing one sleeve up and one sleeve down, that drives me crazy. Like put both sleeves up or both sleeves down. Or, you know, in school, see, I want to say chalkboard. I grew up when there was still chalkboards. You know, or with a chalkboard or a whiteboard, and the teacher would like wipe everything down except that one marker spot or that one chalk spot. Oh my gosh, that gives me the same kind of feeling. Like it needs to be 3 or 6 or 9. It can't be 4 or 5. You know, it has to be 3 or 1. So this is really getting to me. But we'll go with it. So, and I'll do my mental cleanup on this after. It's good if I can do it immediately, because then that can help melt away that illusion of agitation faster. But I want to get with the reading, so hang on 1 second. Hey, I actually just did a really quick mental cleanup while I paused the video. I'm not gonna do it on the video right now because, like I said, I just want to get to the reading, but I did want to do a bit of quick mental cleanup. So so we do have 4 cards here. Now, before I get into reading them, I do just want to explain really quick. I've had some people, again, my illusions reflecting my shit about myself. I know that, where I'm judging myself and everything. I know that. Just to explain, I've had some people judge me or like raise their eyebrows at me over the fact that I read from the cards and I read from the books, and they say like real mediums don't need to do that. There is something to be said about I don't need to read from these things. Absolutely. Like the information can just be given to me. I have the information already. It's my allowing it. With that being said, I get up in my own head about this stuff, because I'm still clinging to, what if I don't get the information right? Like, what if there's something on the card that I didn't explain, or there's something that I say that the card doesn't talk about, and it's then because the card doesn't talk about it, then I'm wrong. Like, I get up in my head about these things, and which causes me to block from allowing. So my reading from the cards or the book or whatever tool that I have that comes along with whichever deck, um, it helps me to allow. It helps me relax more. I get less stressed out, which allows this knowledge that I technically already have through. Um, and it's not just me reading. As I'm looking through it, I'm seeing what's being highlighted. Like, I'm being shown what's being highlighted. I'm being shown what's being re-edited, like what the zoomed out truth is behind things, reminders, explanations, and then added on stuff through my own being. I'm getting physical confirmation. So it's not just me reading from the cards. I'm working with spirit, God, our true self along with it. It just helps me to relax and allow, so I'm not stressing about if I'm getting it right or wrong. It's stuff I'm working on, but this is my process for now. So, all right. So with all that being said, so the first card, now I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it. I feel like you can't see it very well, but the first card that came out here is understanding. Which side? Like, I was like, which side is the camera on? And it's backwards too, I think. Well, yeah, it's backwards. I think I can see it's backwards. Anyway, so the first one we got is understanding. Now remember, this is for Self-Love Sunday, so this is all about self-work and self-care, and in general anyway. Readings, that's funny, I've got little birds now are flying down around me. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Anyway, sorry. uh Readings are always about oneself, not about other people. My stomach's getting tickled as I'm saying that. Thank you. So just keeping that in mind in general, that's a general always, but then also super focusing in on today, self-love, self-care, self-love Sunday. So, so understanding, and it's saying here, right. So it's essentially talking about, self-awareness when it comes to really any situation. Um, so whatever you're navigating through in any now, um, including the now that you're coming across this, the guidance is to, um, really take a step back and go within and really look within and look deep at what the situation actually is. So it's saying, examine yourself and your current situation in depth so you have a clear awareness of the underlying reasons for your challenges and situations. So this is a gentle reminder again that the entire external is the internal projected outward. Everything we're navigating through is something that we are choosing. That can be a really hard pill to swallow while we're still clinging to the illusion tool of ego. Ego does not like that. I definitely still have my shit. Like I said last night, got mad at Robin. I'm still feeling it. I'm still feeling my anger toward him, and I'm resistant to letting him through because I'm blaming him for the dog, and at least for not doing something to quiet the dog down. But if I zoom out, I need to take responsibility for the fact that it was me that was allowing the dog to bark. And one form of that is because I'm choosing still the illusion of separation. And I'm resistant to the love and the oneness that's actually here. And Robin is a good representation of love and joy that is here waiting for us. And so what did I do when I started to go into a space where I was going to start connecting with him more strongly? I let dogs start barking every single time I went to start recording. And now my feet are being held onto so strongly. It's like, oh my gosh, and now the energy is going up my legs. It feels really good. It's like the massage, but like, and then my big toe just got poked. It's like a massage, but so much more than what a human can do. It's so hard to explain. It's like your entire feet and legs, like, and the insides, them are just being like held and squeezed, but by energy. And it just feels like, it just feels really good. So, so anyway, so there's that reminder of taking responsibility, and when we go within, my stomach just got tickled, thank you. When we go within and we take responsibility, we're able to take a look at, okay, I remember everything external is a metaphor reflecting something that I'm clinging to within. These challenges are lessons that I've chose and made up to face in order to help me remember what I actually am and be that. And so if I'm not feeling good about something, it's an alarm clock pinging me to the fact that I'm believing my own made up lie from my own made up tool of ego. See, there's my resistance kicking in. And it's opportunity for me to go within and do the mental cleanup on that. While first, of course, we need to fully embrace, face and feel where we're playing at. So it's talking about it's talking about, and we're getting the reminder. Sorry. So see, there's a lot of resistance kicking in right now, which I'm not surprised about with where I was at last night and how this past week has been for me with my resistance. But anyway, so it's talking about basically okay, so I'm going to say what the card says, then I'm going to explain what I'm receiving about what it's actually saying. So it's talking about acquainting yourself with facts about the situation and attitudes before you take decisions. And then it's talking about self-awareness is a necessary foundation on which to build strong relationships, friendships, and work. So essentially what that's talking about is doing, again, facing, feeling, and embracing where you're at, but then doing the mental cleanup after figuring out why you're navigating through the situation that you are. And that allows you then to, and then surrendering it, and then surrendering it as well, and saying to spirit, God, source, our true self, to take over the situation. I surrender this to you, take it over, and show me what to do about it, make it obvious, speak for me. This way, you end up operating and communicating through that space of and reflection of truth, love, God, source. And that's where there's going to be that whole up and down and conflict, and all that melts away. And we allow the real love that we actually are together to shine through. When we operate from the illusion tool of ego, that's when we get the butting of heads and the conflicts and the up and downs, and things spiral and seem to get worse. Again, it's not that that's bad, it keeps us in that up and down, and it doesn't feel good. So doing this work, because it's not talking about the facts of the situation and attitudes before you take decisions, as in what are these people doing to me, and what are they, sorry, I just got a message. What are these people doing to me, and what is it that's going on with them? I mean, within the illusion, if they're like that illusion tool of empathy, because even empathy is technically a part of ego, saying like recognizing my pain, I recognize your pain. There is no pain to recognize. That's a side topic for another day. That's a topic for another day, but because again, there is no other. That other is a reflection of you. So it's not about them at the end of the day. Yes, the illusion tool of boundaries and whatnot is okay to utilize, but it's really important to remember the acquainting yourself with facts and situations, attitudes about all of this is about yourself. What are the facts about yourself? What is the situation about yourself? What are the attitudes about yourself? What is it? Because it's all coming from within, and what you're choosing to cling to within. And this is why this self-awareness and the self-work, they're saying it's quote unquote necessary in order to build these strong relationships and foundations and friendships and whatnot, because that real strength that we actually are does come from that place of truth, love, God, source, not from the illusion tool of ego. And this helps us allow more of that truth to shine through, and that is strong, and it is unbreakable. It's completely unbreakable. It's what we are. And then the last little part here talks about understanding your personality as a basis for understanding your spiritual self and your mission on earth. Which again, that makes sense. So they're kind of just doing a bit of further explanation on that, just explaining the reason why understanding our personality helps with understanding our true self is because our personality, our identity, we're not these characters. And the more we face and embrace and feel where we're playing at within the illusion, from our setting to our character to all of that, we're able to recognize more and more, and then do the mental cleanup when we're not feeling good. It does become more obvious. Hang on, this is illusion and this is truth, and truth is what I actually am. And you start to see that more and more and more in various ways, from physically, with your physical self and the external. Things start to seem to separate in a certain way. You start to be less and less affected excuse me, by the illusion around you. And then you start to also see and feel within yourself in ways that I don't even really know how to explain right now. You get these hits, these visuals, and actual physical and energetic feelings of how you're not this body, you're not this character, and the relief that comes with that, you know. And things will happen where it's like the illusion's playing out around you, but it's not affecting you in any way, and you can see that you're taken care of and this isn't real. So understanding our illusion identity and recognizing what is illusion, what's not real, helps us to be no, accept, be, allow what actually is, because we can face what we're not and work on melting it away. And as we do that, what we truly are becomes more obvious. Um, and then you can affirm, I seek an understanding of myself and my life. I'm receiving. I allow the remembering of myself and what is real. That's what I'm getting. So that's card number 1. Okay, we're already 20 minutes in. I'm going to try and be quicker with these other ones. The next card here that we got for Self-Love Sunday is commitment. So, so it's talking about, sorry, it's being reworked in my brain, and I'm just, so there's a little bit of a delay and whatnot, and what it's trying to form from my brain to my mouth. So just bear with me for a moment. So it's talking about essentially focus. This one, my stomach just getting poked. Thank you. I appreciate that. I needed that physical confirmation on this. This one's being really zoomed out, because this one's talking essentially about focusing on your vision without doubt and deviation, and it must succeed. Let every thought and word and action be directed toward your desired outcome. Nothing's more powerful than focused energy, and all that stuff. Your angels will see the pure light of your commitment, whether it's a relationship or anything else in your life. Tell them to ask them for help. Yada yada yada. So it's only the final sentence, which I'll get to in a minute, that's really being highlighted to read it as is. But then there's still an explanation with that too. So what I'm receiving with this is, yes, there is something to be said about practicing with focus, focusing, being able to focus and whatnot, and working on, doubt. If we're doubting ourselves, that's opportunity to, again, do that mental cleanup, fully feel, embrace it, but then do the mental cleanup on it, because doubt is another little ego lie trick that we give ourselves. So any not good feelings that come with visions or ideas or things that you're kind of feel like you're being called to do or whatnot, there's opportunity to do work on that if there's any kind of not good feelings with it. What's really being highlighted with this for me is, so there's that acknowledgement of, yeah, focus, absolutely, but what's really, really, really important is doing the surrendering it to what you truly are, saying, show me what to do with this and make it obvious, guide me, take this over for me, take me over and do this. Surrendering it to what we truly are. And that ties into the last sentence here, which goes, know when you dedicate your intention to the highest good, they, angels, will support you. So that's what's really being highlighted here, because again, it's the guidance to operate from thy will over my will. There's nothing wrong with having wants and needs and having these visions and desires and whatnot. At the same time, even through my own personal experience with this, I've had visions and what I thought of these big things that are supposed to be happening, and I thought it was going to start right away and all this stuff, and none of this, well, some of it in a sense, like with what I experienced personally with spirit, you know, that's, you know, that has increased, and you know, that's, there's been expectation isn't the right word I want to use. Like, I'm not surprised with some of what I'm experiencing personally, physically with spirit. That being said, what I thought that my life was going to be career wise, or, um, you know, with external situations that I end up being in, has not turned out at all what I thought it was going to be. And I understand it's for good reason. So there's this whole thing of letting go of expectation, want, need, desire, and surrendering it, and letting it happen as it's meant to, because it still might turn out the way that you're getting this visual to. But when we can get out of, when we're operating from ego, we're in our own way. And when we can get out of our own way and let what we truly are take over, then we've got, it's all clear and we're all good, and it happens as it's meant to. And it doesn't give us that drop down, even if it's not playing out the way that we were thinking in the first place. So what I'm getting with commitment is, yes, absolutely, you know, do focusing on your visions and on your wants, needs, and desires, you know, like be in gratitude as if you already have it or it's already happened, and do visual exercises of, you know, like, say you're wanting a car, you know, driving around in a car and being happy about it and thanking people for it. If there's a certain path in your life when it comes to a career that you're wanting to take, or you're getting a vision to do, a calling to do visuals of that and be in gratitude for that. Absolutely, there's no denying in that. It's just what they're really focusing in on is, yes, do that, but then also it's really important, do the mental cleanup over it. Be committed to doing, to, yes, embracing, feeling, doing the visuals, but also be committed to doing the mental cleanup and to surrendering and to letting it be. My foot just is getting tickled really strongly right now, thank you. So that's where the guidance is really coming in with the commitment thing. And then with that, it's us operating from thy will over my will. And thy will, again, is where a true limitlessness and power kicks in, because it's thy will. It's not ego's my will. It's our will together is what we truly are. So that is that card. That was only about 6 minutes. Yay. So the second last card, which is the third card, which is kind of funny because, so it's kind of funny because it's adventure. And I can feel Robin with this one, because again, Peter Pan, adventure, Neverland, and it just hit me that it's the third card, which Robin is also the number 3. Again, all role-playing stuff, numbers are even things we make up and the meaning behind them, absolutely, but just in the role-playing game, he's a number 3 as well. And this was also the card that it was laying on the ground in front of me, and I couldn't tell if it had fallen out from before or during that one, and it was with the fourth one. And so it's kind of funny that there's just little magical synchronicities with this. So so it's talking about, so I'm getting the call to just kind of skim it over with my eyes really quick. Okay, so it's talking about, okay, so I just got in my head, place of childlike wonder and awe, being a place of childlike wonder and awe. So that's kind of a theme with this card. It's talking about how this is essentially like an adventure. Look at it like an adventure, like it's playful. It's saying life is an adventure. Life is what we are. Life is what is real. Life is love. It is no up and down. It's goodness without opposition. It's just beautiful. What we truly are, we don't feel, we don't have emotions. Love isn't a feeling, it just is. So we as ego can't understand what it really actually means to be in love and joy and excitement and whatnot, because it's beyond the ego feelings of all of that. So the illusion is an adventure, it's a game, it's playful. What we truly are is love. And depending on the intention behind the word adventure, sure, we could give it to that. With that, there, I know it's focusing in on the illusion. The illusion, look at the illusion as an adventure, a game, just something playful. And so it's talking about be ready for the unexpected. So what I'm getting with that, sorry, hang on. So what I'm getting more so with that is let go of expectations. So be ready for the unexpected, as in anchor on to the fact that there's so much more here than what we realize, and we can allow what's truly here through in any form, in any way, in any now. So let go of expectations and know that there is so much more here, and it is love, and it's beautiful, and it's playful, and it's fun. um so it's talking about again, it's just, I'm seeing this part just kind of being rewritten, and it's just taking a moment for the rewritten part to process through my consciousness. um so it's essentially talking about getting out of any habits or ruts which you are stuck. Now remember, there is no stuck, there is no rut, there is nothing that can actually, you know, keep us stuck or trapped or anything like that. We're not stuck and we're not trapped. That being said, we do we do loop ourself in our own illusion of suffering and separation, and we choose to. And it's not bad or wrong, it just also doesn't feel good. Um so essentially it's talking about, again, first and foremost, what's always very important is fully facing and embracing where we're at and doing the mental cleanup, surrendering, following joy, love, all that stuff. That's number one, most important. And then it's talking about just saying, when it feels natural and right, even to push yourself, you can push yourself. It's just, if it's not feeling right to push yourself, you don't have to do that either. Surrender it. That's what's important. But when it feels natural and right, trying to step outside of any box that you've chosen to put yourself in, you know, trying new things, trying new opportunities. Um, you know, I'm hearing testing the waters, like dipping your toe in a little bit just to see what's really here in your external for you. Letting yourself see what you've allowed, how much of what you've allowed of what is truly here to shine through. Hope those words made sense. I feel like that sentence was a little funky. Um, so letting that happen. And I can feel the resistance with that. But there is just, they're saying, just touch the tip of your toe into the water, you know, just, even if it's just that little step outside of any kind of box you've decided to put yourself in. So it's talking about, if the path ahead seems dark, do as you would if you're exploring a dark place. Ask angels to light up the way. Watch for the signs and signals that tell you where to go. Essentially, that is, again, saying, you know, let yourself, if everything seems dark, or hopeless or pointless, any kind of like ego illusion of not feeling good and, you know, there's no light or whatever, try to be in that mindset again of childlike wonder, awe, playfulness. And then again, also turn to, they use the word angels, spirit, God, source, our true self. Again, it's literally all one and the same. Again, surrender. Say, show me what to do and make this obvious. Light this up for me. Show me where to go. I'm not seeing any light. I'm not seeing this, you know, this, it's looking and feeling this way. Show me what's actually here. Light this up for me. And again, with that whole show me what to do and make it obvious. And if it's in a place of uncertainty, stay with the uncertainty until it feels right and obvious. And it can be, it's happened to me where I've done that, show me what to do, make it obvious. And the next thing I know, I've gotten up and I'm doing this, whatever it was that I wasn't sure about. And I didn't even realize I'd gotten up to do it until I was already in the middle of doing it. I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing it now. It was that easy. So it's talking about being in a place of excitement and courage, and whatnot. And it's how those are magnetic qualities. This whole thing of being a magnet and attracting things, it really, a lot of people can take that as there's something separate from them and we bring it to ourselves. That's not what that means. again, everything external is reflecting what we're choosing to cling to within. So the more we allow ourselves, again, don't deny and resist the not good feelings, but the more we do that work on that and allow ourselves to operate from the place of excitement, joy, childlike wonder, awe, play, love, happiness, all of that, that does our true, and the true, those true, um see, I want to say emotions, but it's not emotions, that true spaces of being that is always within ourselves, allowing and feeling that. And then we project that out and have that reflect back at us. So looking at things like it's an adventure, childlike wonder, on play, surrendering, letting things go, saying, show me what to do, make it obvious, watching the signs and symbols, not like, and not watching as in constantly being hyper focused, is looking, looking specifically always, where your awareness and attention is just, I'm looking for signs, I'm looking for signs, I'm looking for signs. Be aware that you know that there are signs and signals, and be open to allowing them and then accepting them when you do see them. So, and now the last card that popped out here, and I can kind of feel and see why this was popped out. I feel like this is a message that, I mean, I need all of these because I know, like I said at the beginning, these are for me as well. I need all the messages, but um, this one I kind of feel like I kind of extra needed right now. Well, my ego extra needed this right now, and I recognize that. And I can see how this would be helpful for a lot of people with the way I'm in the illusion of what the world is like right now. So the final one here is abundance. So, it's talking about, now it's time for our life to flow with prosperity, love, and success. In other words, it's always been here, and we've always been allowed to allow it. What's allowing, like, what are we allowed to do, not allowed to do? It's not that we're not allowed to do things. It's just, it's always been here, and we've always had the opportunity to allow it. It's just with where we're at now, with working on our awareness and working on our stuff, this is the now where we are starting to allow the abundance that is truly here. Even if it's not looking right now like that's what we're allowing, this is what we are starting to allow. And it is the now to do this. We've been working toward this. So it's it's talking about, and so again, they're zooming out with this, they're explaining what this is, because it's funny because it is talking about how we draw from the limitless universal pool, according to our belief in how much we deserve. So believe in ourself and trust that we deserve more and will attract more abundance in the true riches of life. So my leg's getting stroked. Thank you. So what they're saying with that, it's funny because, again, we do, that is, that's just another language in saying, again, the external is the internal projected outward. We navigate through what we choose to cling to within ourselves. So if we believe that we're undeserving and that we're in a place of lack and the world is shit and all this stuff, well, that's welcome to our made up nightmare. But when we do this, again, fully face and embrace where we're at, do the mental cleanup, surrender, follow joy, all that stuff, then we allow the true abundance and the true love and the true joy that is actually here, and it is for all, and it is equal and shared. And we start to feel that within, and we're at peace within ourselves, regardless of what the external looks like. But then it does project out and start to reflect back at us. And we don't need to struggle in order to survive. We don't need to struggle in order to have. Things can and are brought to oneself without oneself even needing to try, or even at times spend money. And it's really, really cool. And this is starting to happen. So it's talking about working on the mindset, because again, this is why I talk about everything else. It's not an insult, and it's not saying it's bad. Everything is helpful. That being said, parallel life regressions, burning sage, energy clearing, trying to burn soul contracts, all of that stuff, all of it, it's just a temporary band-aid solution. Because unless you're working on your mindset about it, it's just a band-aid solution that gives you a temporary boost, because the root cause of our illusion is what we're clinging to within ourselves, the beliefs and the thoughts and the feelings that aren't real, or where we cling to what is real and we project that out and we allow the reflection of truth to shine back at us. But it's up to ourselves to go within and do this work on the mindset. All that other stuff, it doesn't do anything at the end of the day, not permanently. It can give a boost, a temporary boost, and it can give keys and reminders of truth. And it can be helpful in the illusioned process of healing. But even remember, there is nothing to heal. We're whole, holy, and perfect. We're just playing pretend that we're not. And the real healing comes in with this mental cleanup, because it's all coming from within. It's all a mindset. The matrix is literally just our own made up thoughts. The trap is our own thoughts that we've put ourselves in. And we have every ability to break those bars down and melt them away by doing this work. And that this is the work that we do in order to melt it away. All that other stuff is if the intention is there of all this is a metaphorical representation of letting go of what's not real to allow it is, then you're golden. That works. But if it really is that you think that you're clearing dark energy, or you're changing parallel lives and you're burning away dark energy and protecting yourself from this, then you're just looping in your own illusion of suffering. If the intention though is, I'm just merely in playing with a metaphor of letting go of what's not real to allow what is, there you go. So mindset, this is talking about working on the mindset, doing that mental cleanup to allow what is truly here. So it's saying, the next part saying, to feel surrounded by love, open your heart to others. In other words, what they're saying is, again, using the illusion tool of boundaries is okay. I'm not saying that you need to go up to somebody that you're in the illusion is like seriously hurt you and just try and love on them and stuff. You don't have to do that. What it's talking about is working on seeing the true being underneath the costume and the characters. Because that's the love. There's my system kicking in. That's the love that we actually truly are together. Opening yourself up to that. That doesn't mean you need to go up to the character in person to do that. Mind to mind, visual, knowing, doing that self work, visually seeing that spark of light, or even that full true light being, as in seeing like a full humanoid light shape, or just seeing all light, or whatever, but just working on looking underneath and recognizing, allowing, and accepting what's underneath the character and the costume. Allow that. Start within yourself, and then also, it starts within ourselves, and then again we project it out, but then also, like I said, in your every now, whether it's people in person, or if it's characters you're watching in a show or a movie or reading about, working on seeing, like, one thing that I'll do if I see someone that's I see as a really, really, really bad person, like really bad person, and I'm struggling to recognize and see the light that they actually are, I will visualize them, and I'll see Eric standing there with a flashlight, and he's always smiling, of course, and he's shining the flashlight into their heart chakra. And that just helps me with that visual. It's a metaphorical representation to help me see that that light is what they actually are. So then it's just talking about following joy, in every now, whatever is feeling good for you in each now, follow that. Follow that love, joy, happiness. And then it's just talking about, now it's talking about receive graciously, make sure you say thank you. Absolutely, within the illusion, yes, be in gratitude. There's also just that gentle reminder there that gratitude is what we are. Again, it's gratitude and love are also not really feelings and things that we can give and receive, because it's just a part of our state of being. It's what is. Gratitude is what we are. Love is what we are. That being said, within the illusion, absolutely, say thank you and be in gratitude for everything, really. So to sum up, so for Self-Love Sunday, we are getting the reminders to work on our understanding, reminding ourselves what we truly are, and understanding what the real lessons are in this, what our lessons are, which is essentially to remember that we are God and be that, and what's not feeling good is just an opportunity to go within, fully face, embrace, and do the mental cleanup. So understanding what we are, understanding, remembering what we truly are, plus understanding and working on our illusion ego identity in order to melt that away. Again, embrace it, and it's not bad or wrong. It's just gives us the up and down. And then be committed to doing that self work and surrendering. Um, yeah, be committed. So, sorry. So, understand what we truly are and what our lessons are. Be committed to working on our lessons, doing the mental cleanup, and also being committed to what we truly are and allowing and anchoring onto and allowing that. Looking at everything like an adventure, playful, childlike wonder, awe, um, surrendering and letting what we truly are take over, and then allow the abundance that we actually are and do. And a big part of that is by allowing ourselves to see, remember that we are one and we are this light. So that is our self-love guidance today, because that this is all, because this is all working on our self-love of what we truly are together and allowing that. So that is our self-love Sunday guidance for today. And I hope that you guys find this helpful and resonates. And I definitely know that I need these reminders. And I'm going to keep doing my work on this. This past week's been quite rough. I've been in a very, very, very strong place of high resistance, very strong lack of trust, faith, belief, all of that. Essentially another dark night of the soul. So I know that these go right along with what I've been at this week and the reminders of what I need to keep doing regardless of how I've been feeling. So again, embracing and feeling where I'm at, which I have been doing, but now here's the reminders of, okay, this is the work you need to do too. So yeah, this is for, like I said, for self-love Sunday, but and so stuff to work on today, but then also any now, especially when we consider that there is no Sunday versus Monday versus Tuesday, there is only now. So yeah, there you go. I hope you guys find this helpful, and thank you for watching and listening and subscribing and just everything. I appreciate you guys all very much, and I promise I'm going to keep working on my end because that's all I can do, right? So, all right, thanks, you guys. I love you, and yeah, enjoy your Sunday, and you got this. Be patient with yourself, one now at a time. Give yourself an all grace. Remember, we are one. And yeah, that's everything. All right. I love you all very much. And as always, have a wonderful now. Bye.